Hello, happy Friday, Casual Wine Talk Friday. Today we're going to, yes, once again, talk about champagne because I will never get tired of talking about champagne. Feel free to click away if you don't like champagne, but I think it's one of the best. Oh, I better put my microphone on. So, hello, can you hear me? Awesome. So, today we're going to talk about headache caused from champagne. So, yesterday, Irene asked she said she always feels like she gets more headache whenever she's drinking champagne, and she heard that the bubble does cause more headache. If that's a real thing, or is that just a myth? So we're gonna break it down from the beginning. Now, first, let's not fool ourselves. Most of the headache you're getting whenever you're drinking any alcoholic beverages is coming from the alcohol itself. That is your biggest contributor to your headache. And let's talk about it. Like, why? What is it about alcohol that causes headache? So before we even talk about bubbles, let's just talk about headache being caused by drinking alcohol on its own. Number one, the chemical in alcohol itself just causes dehydration. I mean, think about it. Our body and our brain is 80+% water. So when you're putting a mix of chemical, a liquid that actually dehydrate you, it causes it causes a headache. So apparently the chemical in alcohol will suppress a hormone that is in charge of balancing your hydration. It suppresses it and increase your renal excretion of water and electrolyte. So you have to pee a lot more, like the guys talk about once they start drinking the beer, the floodgates open and they have to pee all night. It's exactly what alcohol does to us. It dehydrates you, and of course it causes headache. Second, the sugar in wine depending on the wine, actually in champagne, especially the Brut and Extra Brut and Brut Natural, doesn't actually have that much sugar. But there is a lot of sugar in beer and hard liquor. And those will essentially causes your sugar blood level to drop in your body, and it actually affects your sleep. So it is just like getting any kind of sugar high and then sugar crash later. You actually end up getting a poor night of sleep, which also contribute to getting a headache. And of course, number three, there's a recent study showing that a high level of alcohol in your brain actually causes what they call a neural inflammation. Pretty much your brain just inflamed, and that causes headache as well. Now we're actually going to talk about if the bubble itself causes more headache, because I know a lot of people say it's the tannin or the sulfur or whatever have you in the wine that give them the headache. Those aside, the people I'm sure there's a small percentage of people who are might really be sensitive to the sulfur and the tannin, but in those cases, you are really being affected by alcohol. But her question is actually legit, because she says she feels like she gets headache more when she's drinking sparkling wine. There's actually a science to that, because sparkling wine or champagne essentially have CO2 in the liquid itself, and it actually has quite a bit of pressure built up in the bottle. It's enough to kill on average about one person every year when the cork is open incorrectly. So the pressure that's in there actually pushes in your stomach lining and makes you absorb the alcohol faster compared to still wine and other alcohol. And there's actually a study that is done back in 2001 where they study people drinking 2 glasses of bubbly champagne or bubbly wine next to 2 glasses of flash champagne. So they let the champagne sit out and have them drink it, and then measure their alcohol level after drinking 2 glasses. And on average, they find that people who are drinking the bubbly compared to the flash champagne reportedly are 20% higher in their alcohol percentage when they did the test. So you will get drunk faster just because of that push. And also the carbon dioxide in the bubble itself, or in the sparkling wine, will compete for the oxygen in your bloodstream, which will cause dizziness and nausea, and again cause that headache as well. Today we're going to keep it pretty short because it is a weekend, and I'm going to get started too. So to answer your question, Irene, yes, it is totally legit that completely possible and totally legit that drinking sparkling wine is causing you to have more headache and probably getting drunk faster. There are a couple of things you can do if you find that to be the case and you wanted to change that. Number one, you can drink it slower. The study shows it's about 1 hour per drink, so usually a 4 to 6 ounces. So you want a glass of champagne every hour. With champagne, just because it's bubbly and goes down so easy, and compared to some other red wine, it has a lower alcohol percentage, which makes you think you can drink more, but you're absorbing it faster, so it kind of... So just pace yourself. About 1 glass an hour will help. And number two, you can drink a lot of water in between because alcohol does dehydrate you. Drinking water will help. And number three, you can always take some vitamin B complex or some kind of supplement prior to drinking. It will definitely help keep your body a little healthier. And of course, don't drink on an empty stomach. That will help you absorb the alcohol if you have more food in your stomach. And lastly, because drinking too much alcohol will affect the quality of sleep, make sure you get a good night of sleep after drinking alcohol. So hopefully all that helps. On all that downer, I just want to share, tonight I will be drinking some champagne after talking about all the champagne. My completely non-scientific answer to how you can help with your headache is to practice more. Anyways, tonight I'll be drinking this new, not new, I actually had it a while ago, but I haven't had it in years. Very excited. I found it again on my radar. The Michel Turgy. This is another Gore producer champagne from Côte de Blanc region. Côte de Blanc is famous for their Chardonnay, so he does pretty much 100% Blanc de Blanc, which means all of his champagne is made with 100% Chardonnay. And this is his reserve selection. I love it because it is all sourced from the Grand Cru vineyard of Le Minot, and is considered one of the best Grand Cru vineyard. And he does a minimum of 2 years in lease aging. I believe he also does a barrel fermentation style, if I remember correctly. And he does it extra dry, so his champagne is less, or extra brew essentially. His champagne is less than 4 grams of sugar per liter. It's just the kind of the crisp, sharp, mineral-driven style that I like. Very different from my previous favorite, the Francis Aubin, which is 100% Pinot Meunier. So next week is going to be a crazy heat wave here in California, so I am trading it in for something sharper, leaner, higher acid, and 100% Chardonnay for this weekend. And again, the only, I think, silver lining for me, at least for the year of 2020, is that because of the pandemic, a lot of the restaurants are closed and they're not selling as much wine as we would like. There is a surplus of all wine inventory, both domestically and internationally. I think champagne is actually getting hit really hard as well. They're going to have a major surplus. And because of that, quite a few of the winery, especially small agora producers like these, which traditionally you don't see them on Costco, Safeway shelves. Traditionally, you see them on in restaurant. Geeky Sums will recommend them, and they have a smaller production anyway, so it's not like they have enough inventory to be selling to Costco and Safeways of the sort. So these are the wineries are making what I think better quality wine for what you pay for, but they're the ones that are struggling. And again, so as a silver lining for the consumer, because of their struggle, the price point have gone down a lot. So both of these bottles normally would have been $55 retail. And because of a pandemic, I'm able to offer both of them at right about $39.99, so $40 price point. A lot cheaper than your Bukiko yellow label that you get from Costco for like $48, $50 plus dollars, depending on where you get it. And all their fruit is sources from pretty much wherever you can find them. Not saying it's a bad champagne, I'm just saying I think for the quality of what's in the bottle, give the small gore producer a try. Anyways, all that talk is making me thirsty. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I did a live a little earlier today so I can get my weekend started. Enjoy yourself, stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.